Welcome to the PSA guide section. In this video, we will look at the basic responsibilities of account manager. So let's start the journey. Project service automation capabilities in Microsoft Dynamics 365 guide you through the sales and contract process for project-based accounts. In addition to creating the accounts, this guide takes you through the sales process that includes create a customer account, create a project opportunity, create a project code, and last, create a project contract. Let's jump on the demo and see how to create a customer contact. Let's navigate to the project service. Let's click on the customers. We can see a view where all the customers are visible. Let's create a new customer. Let's name it as ABC Corporation. Sample. Let's have some dummy phone number, website. Since these fields are not mandatory, but I'm just creating it for the purpose of filling some data, let's have some account associated with it. Let's have one contact associated with it. ABC Store Manager. Store Manager. Let's name it as a generic contact. Email as gm@abc.com. Should be a mobile phone, something like that. Let's save it. Okay, let's save the record. Let's have the company's annual revenue, something like this. Number of employees, like this. Let's save the record. Now, in the summary area, we can fill the other details as well. Let's try to fill the project price list, which is very important. Let's add a project price list to the customer account. Let's name it as US bill rate. Let's try to select some record. I cannot see the price list in a view, so let's see what is the issue there. Let's duplicate. Let's have a look at the price list first. Setting, product catalog, price list. As we can see, there is a US bill rate which is defined here. This is because the currency which we have chosen on this record doesn't match the currency of the price list. Let's change the currency. US. Let's save the record. US bill rate. US bill rate. Now we have associated a project price list. This completes our first step, which is creation of a customer account. Now let's try to create a project opportunity. The prerequisite is a project list to be added in the customer account, which we have already added. We must set the resourcing unit. Let's jump on the demo and see if there is a organization unit already present in the system. Contoso US, Contoso France, Contoso Switzerland is already a resourcing unit. This is already a part of this. Let's see. Didn't choose the product price list. We can choose the same price list as well. Let's have a look at the organization unit first. Contoso US is already there. It doesn't have the cost price list. Let's add the cost price list here, which is US cost rates. Let's try to create the opportunity. Let's say this is a project-based opportunity. So I'll have to switch the form to project information. Let's identify the account, which is ABC Corporation. Let's identify the contact. Contact was generic. Let's try to search here. Generic contact. Let's say CRM implementation. As we can see, the currency is populated based on the customer I have chosen. The contracting unit I might have to change. Let's change the contracting unit. Let's have a Contesto US. So this says Contesto US is going to sign a contract with the customer, which is ABC Corporation. Revenue is user provided. So let's create this. We can write the current situation, customer need. Let's say Excel is getting used, CRM for managing customers. Let's save the opportunity. As we can see, we have created the opportunity. We can also fill the information, which is estimated budget. Currency is US dollar, individual. So it is marked completed. Okay, let's move on to the next stage, which is like code creation. But before creation of a code, let's see if we have the project price list. Yes, it got flowed from the account. Let's get back on this. Let's try to add a project baseline. So it says CRM consulting, and the customer has a budget of $20,000 and it is a fixed price. Let's have another project baseline added to the opportunity, which says CRM implementation and customer budget is, let's say, 80,000 and it is time and material based. Let's save and close. We can also add the product baseline, but we need to select the product price list. Before doing that, let's have a US bill rates as a product price list. We can have the stakeholders associated with it. So for our case, let's have the generic contact, which is stakeholder here. We can also change the role. He is a technical buyer. There's a possibility of adding a user as well here. So let's say this guy actually is a end user, which will be using the CRM. So like this, we can identify the stakeholders in the opportunity. This is a customer budget. Let's add the CRM license. We have something. Right now, we don't have anything here. So let's say, let's create a write-in product. CRM license, professional, quantity 100 licenses at $65 per user, but the customer budget is 60,000. You can also click on the properties. Let's go back. Now let's have a look at the opportunity. Once again, the currency is US dollar. Account is ABC Corporation, sample which we created. These are the stakeholders. We can perform multiple activities here. So let's say you added the CRM consulting, implementation, and the product baselines. Now we need to create a project code. Now the prerequisite for the project code is products can be copied from the opportunity. This is more like an information. Products can be added directly to the code as well. Here at the quotation, if we want to move to the next stage, we can click here for creation of a code, or we can navigate from here to the codes. You can click here in order to create a quotation. When you click a plus button, it opens a form for a quotation. It automatically copies the information from the opportunity, who is the potential customer, which is a contracting unit, what is the product price list. Let's say this quotation expires tomorrow. It is in progress. We can also add bill to address. We can have the payment terms. So let's say net 45. We can have ship to address as well. As we can see, the quote lines gets copied from the project opportunity, which is a CRM consulting fee, CRM implementation fees, and this. So we can see the analysis as well, as we can calculate. This is CRM implementation, cost versus the budget quoted amount, which we have given. We can also analyze the profitability analysis, if we are under the profit or not. There is an option. We can also run the report to send it to the customer, the quotation which we created. We can save it as PDF or a Word document, and we can send this to the customer. CRM consulting, $20,000. CRM implementation, $80,000. CRM license, professionals, 100 licenses at $65 per license, which is 6,500. Zero tax. We can fill such information in the quotation itself. We can change the quoted amount here as well. Since this is a fixed price, we can say we are quoting this consulting at $40,000 along with $1,000 of tax. Since this is a fixed billing, we can generate the periodic milestones with which we can create the invoices. Now, if a customer agrees, we can close this as one. Or let's say he doesn't agree, let's close this as a lost. Now an account manager can go back to the opportunity. He can create an additional quotation by changing the couple of lines. Since we are just showing here customer budget, we can create another quotation using this. This will again copy the entire stuff, like all the project-based lines. Now this time we can close the quotation as one. So let's get back on the slide and let's see which is the next step. So far we have created the project opportunity and project quotation. Let's see how a project contract can be created. Contracts can be sent from the CRM as a Word format by reports, which I have just shown you. Once customer confirms, we can click on confirm, otherwise lost, or create a new in case of changes. So let's confirm this as a close as one. Now this creates a contract with the customer. Now it is a time to make this official. Here also there are out of the box reports which are available, which can be created and sent to the customer using the Word or a PDF format. We can confirm this as once the customer confirms the contract, or we can close this as a lost here as well. Let's say the customer says confirm. Now there's a command bar which says recalculate. Then there's an option for creating the invoice for the contract. In case a customer needs details around the project, then we can also create a project from the quote lines or the contract lines. Let's get back on the slide. We have seen the basic sales process from the account manager's point of view, and we are free to customize the forms and fields all the way along the process.